If you're tired of hearing the right is crazy when it's the left gunning people down. If you've grown weary of hearing white folks are bad and they're abusing the blacks and browns. If you're tired of listening to the media lies, it's time to wake up, patriot, and open others' eyes. Wake up, patriots, and grab your gun. Let's stand our ground, let's have some fun. It's time to remove the crazies, hopped up on crack. It's time to all stand up and take our nation back. If it makes you mad, they've blocked to stop the steal, where Republicans are the majority, but still they fail. Then might I suggest you get off your duff and put an end to this leftist stuff. 'Cause they're only winning when we have no voice. It's time to rise up and make some noise. We need an FBI that can be trusted. It's time the whole Obama crowd all gets busted. Wake up, patriots, and grab your gun. Let's stand our ground, let's have some fun. It's time to remove the crazies, hopped up on crack. It's time to all stand up and take our nation back. Trixie, Sean, and Mark on Wake Up Patriots or Patriots After Dark. While you're listening there, you will have some fun, but you'll also learn how to get it done. Just read the comments, meet some friends, 'cause we've got a battle going on. Wake up, patriots, and grab your gun. Let's stand our ground, let's have some fun. It's time to remove the crazies, hopped up on crack. It's time to all stand up and take our nation back. Don't just stand there and watch the nation tumble. Go to Wake Up Patriots, it's there on Rumble. And maybe toss some change in the cup. And don't forget to give a big thumbs
up for Wake Up Patriots.
So yeah, wake up, patriots, and get her done. Do it for your daughter, do it for your son. It's for our kids, we must turn things back. It's time for action and not just smack.
Well, hello, it's happy.
Ooh, all around you.
How you doing?
I can't hear myself.
You can't hear
Hello, how are you?
I can hear you. So, how's it going this morning? I hear out west it's real bad with the smoke. Denise was having trouble breathing last night. Oh, are you frozen? Oh boy. We're having problems again this morning. I don't know what's going on. So anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and take out George. I guess he's going to have to come back in. I don't know. I'm getting so fed up with StreamYard, I'm telling you. So let's do the daily Bible verse. Nations will come to your light and kings to the brightness of your dawn. And that's Isaiah 60. 3. Amen.
Good morning.
Good morning. I don't know, you froze up there for a second.
No, what do you call it? I lost the Wi-Fi, man.
Oh.
It's my fault. I hit something.
Oh, okay. I was sitting there going, oh shit, here we go again.
No echo.
No echo, good. All right. We had to start again. The same damn echo, and we shut everything down.
I told you, got to call StreamYard and say this shit's got to stop because
I know. Now Mark is saying he can't hardly hear me. I have my volume all the way up, so I don't know what to do anymore. I mean, we pay for StreamYard, so it should work good. I don't know why
A
it's
lot
not.
of money to stream I pay for. That's why I got to call them.
I know. So it should be good. Let me just check my microphone and make sure. Hang on a second, real quick. Yeah, I got it all the way up. I got it all the way up.
It's all right.
Yeah, so I guess I don't know what else to say. So let's do the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amen.
Amen. Now they're saying they can hear me and you're way too loud. So I don't know what.
A little darling. Want me to sing? That's the voice I was.
Yeah. So I tried to do something different this morning. I tried to bring Fauci up in the corner so that we could watch it, but it doesn't make a small box. It makes a huge box, and then it makes us real tiny on the side, so I couldn't do it. But I was trying to do it so that we could all watch it at the same time with the closed captioning on, so at least you could see what was going on, because that starts at 8:30. So I just wanted to say that. So I tried.
Well, I just got to download some stuff. It's okay. So how's everybody doing here? MK Hard, FL Trump. What are you doing on so early? RD? I mean, Chuck.
RD missed you, so he had to come on early. That's probably why. And Nut, I'm using your question today. I'm using your question, so no, don't you look it up either. If you look it up, you can't play. So, yeah. So, how's that, Denise? Tell us about the fires over there. How bad is it? You were saying last night it was pretty nasty. She was saying she was having a hard time breathing and everything. So it's got to be bad, because I know when the smoke was here, it was bad too. It was bad. Oh, I know, Marilyn. I would love to see Fauci's face like today if they could have him on the side.
I don't think you're gonna see it. That's what I think. You know?
No, they're gonna vote for the contempt thing, though. I wanted to see how it happened. See who I hope they post the voting, who voted what, though. I think they should make it, so that everybody can see how you're representative and everything. Well, doesn't it make you mad? Because it's just like 1776. We got taxation without representation. The damn GOP isn't doing what we want. What the hell? Doesn't it tick you off?
Well, of course, it's the problem is there's so much stuff going on behind the scenes which people don't have enough. Everybody's worried about a whole bunch. Everybody's worried about stuff they shouldn't be worried about.
Yeah. Well, this is a good chance for you to explain, because I mean, everybody's getting upset. I understand that one and everything too, but it's like, geez, oh Pete's. We've got some feckless people, though, because like Cassidy, Cornyn, Collins, why do they all start with C?
Well, the problem is the whole thing is we have to try to make people happy, because for the simple reason we don't get the vote, because they're like little children in the Senate. And I hope Corcoran and that other piece of shit don't get elected again. That's
Cornyn is on his way out, so that's why he's being.
So is the other guy too. Tell us too. The same thing.
Yeah, I know. But Collins,
I know. But I'm saying, if you're saying now, what they should have done is prove a point and just agree with it, for the simple reason is that it shows them that they are true Americans and patriots, not little fucking kids that have to be sore losers because they weren't endorsed by Trump and everything else. We got to get people in the Senate. That was the thing. You got to get rid of these rhinos. And so.
Yeah, that's the whole problem. And it's just like when you find out, like with Thune, he's holding everything up and dragging his feet and coming out making all
he keeps on saying he's only got 50 votes. It's not enough.
His wife's a Democrat. Come on. You know, I didn't know that. I had no idea his wife was a Democrat, and so was his daughter. I had no idea.
Yeah, well, what do you think?
Yeah, I was
Imagine coming home and listening to two liberal bitches at home, two Karens. No wonder the guy. They must have said, "You better not pass that Safe Act because you ain't getting a piece of my ass." You know, the wife must have said.
That's what it was. Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking too.
Excuse me, David. That's like the truth. So good morning, everybody. We have an exciting day today because everything is bullshit. But remember what we talked about last week about the attorney generals of 3 states already. So I got a clip of the attorney general of Florida, which is pretty good about what he actually is going to charge Fichi Fachi. But you know,
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Who's Tom Cotton? Yeah, there's so many of these people that don't belong in Congress anymore. They need term limits. They need age limits.
Well, the whole thing is, like I said, you know how many
lie detector test them every one of them and make sure they're the right party.
The best idea is give them a lie detector test and find out if they got offshore accounts, because the offshore accounts don't show what your net worth is, to see where all the money comes from, and that's what your boyfriend Rico Act would be very good for.
Maybe we should make a trip to the Bahamas and go to banks and start asking questions.
Oh yeah, well,
that would be fun. Hi, Sean.
Good morning. I'm not echoey.
No,
we had to start the stream all over again, so it was good.
Yeah.
When this morning?
Yep, again we got hit.
Oh boy, must be the Russians.
No, it's a effing Chinese.
Maybe it's Chinese.
There's somebody, I don't know. Maybe somebody doesn't like what we're talking about.
Hey, Sean, remember
I think it's you doing it, Sean.
Sean, remember we were talking about last week about the 3 states that are going to sue Fauci?
Yes.
We got, you want to play that clip?
Florida. What was it? Florida?
Louisiana and Alabama.
Yes.
Well, here's a report on one. These are the exact charges that they're going to bring them up on, which is very interesting.
Because here now is the Florida Attorney General James Uthmeyer. He's got a big announcement that he's sharing with us about his investigation of Dr. Anthony Fauci. Mr. Attorney General, you got the floor. What are you doing?
That's great to be here. Well, just about an hour or two ago, we issued a formal subpoena to Dr. Fauci under Florida state law, seeking a breadth of documents ranging to what he knew, when he knew it, his doubts about the safety and efficacy of vaccines that he's out there promoting. And we're really focused in on his self-dealing. Evidence has come to light that he was trying to personally profit off of this. This is outside of his government duties, his official role. He's trying to pursue book deals, awards, get connected with high rollers that, might help him come into millions and millions of dollars. This is wrong, and it could go towards a deceptive trade practice, fraud, public nuisance, you name it. I think there's many aspects of Florida law that now...
Right now, because here now is the Florida Attorney General James Uthmeyer.
Yeah. So I think that's a very good hint of what they're doing, because he can't walk away from those charges. The fifth that he says he keeps on saying is not going to stop him from these charges, because these are done by states. You're muted.
Sorry, the state. Yep, the state
Somebody
charges.
in chat said the echo came back as soon as I...
No, the echo came back when we played the videotape, so we don't care about that.
Yeah, well, just mute when you play a videotape. That's all.
I have to mute when I play.
Yeah, just mute when you play.
Anyway, I can't download. There's another thing about President Trump was talking about Gitmo. He just expanded. He just passed an executive order to increase 30,000 beds in Guantanamo for all the outstanding illegals that are basically with terrorist organizations and drug cartels. So he's putting them there because if he sends them back to the country, they're going to come back. So this way is that they're set in a place, and there'll be no soccer, no soccer fields.
That's interesting.
Yeah, he's doing. He just signed the executive order.
Well, there was a hearing that went on yesterday that I think I think you'll like this clip because it was pretty damn interesting. Somebody actually made somebody speechless. So I'm going to mute when I play this.
Mr. Schneider, if somebody's in this country without permission, should they be allowed to get health care on the backs of the American taxpayer? Yes or no?
My own view is if people need health care, they should receive it.
So you think that somebody who is here illegally should have their health care paid for by the American taxpayer?
So we have a law in this country.
No, I'm just asking you. That's a simple yes or no question. Somebody's in this country.
I agree with
somebody's. Let me just restate it. So
yes, if they need emergency care, yes.
So the taxpayer of the United States of America should pay for the health care of people who broke into this country illegally.
That's what Congress decided in 1980.
No. Congress never decided. No, what Congress you're talking about. If you needed emergency health care and you went to any other country on earth, would you get it for free?
Well, the countries that I've gone to, yes.
You'd get health care for free if you went into so for example, let's take Spain, which has incredibly difficult visa standards. If you went to Spain and needed heart surgery, you think the Spanish government would give it to you gratis?
I can't speak to Spain.
But do you think but it's interesting. I wonder if my Democrat colleagues would agree with that. That if people who broke into this country illegally should get health care. Mr. Snyder, if somebody broke into your home, would you make them dinner?
No, I would not.
Why not? Why not? Why wouldn't you? They need help. What if they're starving? What if somebody broke into your home who's hungry? Would you not feed them? Or would you call the police and get the heck out of the house?
If somebody was hungry and needed to be fed, I would feed them.
So if somebody broke into your house, you will feed them. Don't give anybody your address.
So
whatever you do, I'm asking you just for your own personal sake, do not release your address.
We should have our next Wake Up Patriots convention at his house and tell him we want waffles.
Isn't that funny though? He starts asking him a question like that, and that's it makes perfect sense. Would you feed somebody that broke into your house? That's why I like that one, because the guy was like, "Oh yeah, I'd feed him," and bullshit. He would not.
Yeah,
he'd be calling the cops first thing.
Exactly. He'd be calling the cops. He would probably, if he had a bat, he would try, arm himself with a bat or even a gun. If he probably has a gun. He's probably one of them guys that say he doesn't have a gun. But yeah, that's funny. Yeah, he would feed him. Well, yeah, so right down here, yeah, I'll make you a sandwich.
Yeah, but it's just like the arrogance that he showed by answering that way. It was all like it was all ideological. Did I say that right? But yeah, it was nothing to do with practicality. Like, somebody's breaking into your house, you're not going to feed them. There's just no way. And he was trying to, sound like he was better than everybody else sitting in that hearing and everything. That's the kind of crap that makes me mad, because it's all lies and they don't care, and somebody could call them out on it. It's
funny. These people are hilarious.
Yeah.
Who was this guy that they were questioning?
He was a Juris Doctorate. I think he was like a professor from somewhere or something. I didn't really catch it. I just saw that it was Moreno questioning him, and I liked how the guy was like, answering, "Yeah, I would feed him," and I was like, "No, you wouldn't."
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, that's right. Not that old man would be scared shitless. He would be. Yeah, there's no way.
He'd run out of his house probably and give up his house.
Yeah, because look when they were doing that. What was it? Was it where they were doing the wilding down in Dearborn? No, it was New York. Remember when all those kids were on that guy's front lawn and they ended up punching him and all that? Yeah. That's what would happen. They should have a bunch of people show up at his house and just see what happens. See what he does.
Oh, he changes opinion right away.
Yeah. Invite him in for milk and cookies.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That was a good clip.
Yeah, I thought it was different. Sometimes I try to find stuff that You don't see too much, but
Yep.
what are you doing, George?
I was looking up some
Clipping his nails.
testing.
Right.
George is looking up. George is looking up other ways of
I'm
cooking
defending.
Brussels sprouts.
I'm defending certain people because people are just assholes.
What happened?
Oh, the echoes came.
Oh, well,
You gotta have to mute when other people talk, Tricks.
okay.
That you're gonna have to do.
You want to see something funny?
Sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Quick.
To stand here before you and speak. Sorry, excuse me. I have a little mom brain going on right now. I'm so sorry. No, he's going to take off. Thank you. Thank you, truly. Thank you, Mr. President. It's an honor to be.
I thought that was cute.
Guaranteed Biden would move that fast.
No. Trump still has some quick moves.
Yeah. I think what he said was that Biden would have fell off the stage or something like that towards the very end. But the way he went after that little kid just shows he's a true grandpa.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny from that yesterday. I know the little kid said some stuff too, but I didn't catch that. But I liked him running off like they were drunk.
He says Biden would have told me about his hairy legs. That's what the kid said.
Yeah. You want to rub my hairy legs? I'll go get corn pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that clip got a lot of play. I got it last night, and then this morning I seen it was on Fox. I was like, oh, well, what are you going to do?
Yeah, it was free. That was yesterday in Vegas, I believe, correct?
Yeah. I thought that was cute, though.
Mm.
So it was an interesting day yesterday with everything that was going on.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah,
It started with us with the echoing.
that was so annoying yesterday. It was so annoying. But so should we bet on whether they're going to vote on the SAVE Act?
Yeah. Well, if they don't vote in the SAVE Act, are they going to go on recess? Right? I mean, there's senators that are saying that they should stay. There's senators that are saying that they don't need to stay because they could pass it right now before they go. It's a priority, but it doesn't sound like you don't hear much. You don't hear much about it. You don't hear much from the leader saying, the leader should be saying this is important. This is an important piece of legislation. We should be voting on it. You don't even hear the leader saying that. All you hear him saying is, well, we don't have the votes. We don't have the votes. We don't have. That's, you hear him speaking with a defeatist attitude instead of a leadership attitude, which is a problem.
Well, Andy Ogles, they're asking Thune to step down, and he got real vocal with it yesterday. I'll play this. He was with Benny Johnson.
Thune has multiple choice here as to which one he can get through the Senate. And so he makes this excuse of, well, he's protecting a few of his members. You know what? They signed up for that job, put the dadgum bill on the floor and make them vote on it. And then they can go back home to their constituents and answer those questions. Look, a CNN poll, 83% of Americans, that's Republican, Democrat, Independent, black, white, brown, yellow. Everybody supports this. Even Democrats can go back to their district and say, we got it done. So there are no excuses. There's no reason or excuse for him to be a coward. And if he's not willing to do it, he needs to step out of the way and let Mike Lee or someone like Mike Lee take over as leader and get it done.
I wasn't planning on, I have a couple of questions for the congressman, but I love this inside outside. I mean, I got to take advantage of the inside baseball with the congressman here, but then the outside pressure that Scott has so masterfully run.
Absolutely.
You're calling right there, Congressman, for John Thune to step aside.
Absolutely.
Is that correct?
100%. Look, he has a mandate from the American people. Set aside what the president has asked for. Set aside the fact that the House has passed it 3 times. The American people have said, again, a CNN poll, not the bastion of conservatism, right? A CNN poll, 83% of Americans want the Save America Act. There are no excuses. There are no places to hide. Do your dadgum job or get out of the way. Mike Lee would put it on the floor. Marsha Blackburn would put it on the floor. There are others that would put it on the floor, like Senator Scott.
Absolutely. But you know what they're going to do when they go back to their constituents? They're going to, especially the Democrats, they're going to say that the bill is taking people's voting rights away. It's making it harder for actual citizens to vote. All the propaganda bullshit. That people have to get a voter ID and a special ID, and they make what about the people that are married that they don't have, they can't find their marriage license, all the bullshit, and that's they keep on throwing up. We got to find a way. Our people got to find a way of stopping that talk. Honestly.
Oh, I agree with you 100% on that one. I'm fed up with it. I'm fed up with the inaction and the no accountability and everything. I mean, you get so frustrated and there's nothing we can do about it. We vote these people in and then they don't do what you want. And I have patience, but we're going to lose our country if these people don't step up and do what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, absolutely. 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 Where's George going?
I don't know. I don't know.
He's talking. You don't realize he's muted.
You're scratching my ass.
And echo too.
Oh, I'm the echo. I'm getting out.
Or is that stereo?
Nope, getting out and come back in.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I muted myself on that one. So
now I can't hear you, Trix.
Are you serious?
I can't hear you.
Seriously?
I swear to God, I cannot hear you. It's like a Mark situation where when somebody goes out that Mark can't hear. Now I know what Mark goes through.
How's it now?
Now I can hear you.
Okay, how about you, George?
I can hear you.
Okay.
There you go. And guess what? No echoes.
Wonderful.
Yep. Here we go. Give it a little
But now
time.
I got to leave at 9 o'clock, so it'll probably be echoes when I leave.
Yeah. I don't know. So what does it say? Blumenthal's trying to delay the vote on Fauci.
Yeah, of course. The Democrats. The Democrats all agreed what a great man he was because of all the money that they all made because they bought stock in Pfizer.
I just hope Fauci gets found accountable somewhere, somehow.
Well, did you see what he said about Aaron Rodgers?
That was great.
Aaron Rodgers said all that crap, and then what's his face's Fauci's lawyer came out and said that Aaron Rodgers should pay more attention or something like that, something staying in his own lane, basically. But what Aaron Rodgers said is what we all wanted to say publicly.
Well, but not only was it, if I don't know if everybody saw that Aaron Rodgers clip, but what was great was, first of all, Aaron Rodgers started ripping ESPN on ESPN, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He ripped ESPN. ESPN's known for being very woke and pushing a lot of woke shit with Disney and everything else. So he ripped them. That Pat McAfee is a big deal for ESPN. And I mean, he was just Pat McAfee was kind of like laughing and letting him go because Pat McAfee is a MAGA guy, right? Even though he's on ESPN. And obviously he just ripped Fauci. I mean, that was great. And the fans were loving it. They were freaking going crazy back there, it was funny. So Aaron Rodgers was a little strange, but he was right on about Fauci and what he was saying. Absolutely.
Well, yeah, he had a lot of, I'm going to say it, balls because when all that stuff was going on, he stood up to the ridicule and everything because they were making fun of him, about not taking the shot and all that kind of stuff. And I mean, it's the same thing that we were saying though, too, but he's just big name recognition and he made himself a target. But I was glad that he stood up for himself like that. He's got conviction,
Yeah, he does. And he was getting ripped during that time too. I mean, like a lot of people were. So
yeah. I mean, it was bad. There's no way we're all going to forget, what was done to us back then. There's just no way. No way.
But I have to hop off. If this gets done early, I'll come back with my echo.
I like to see you hop in the car.
All right. Okay. All right. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Excellent. Good luck.
Yeah, well, it's just the two of us.
Hello, Mr. Citizen. How are you? Well,
Yes.
I think that's why they're going to wind up doing all these. I think every red state is going to start doing all the attorney generals are going to hit him, Fauci, because how much debt he caused between a lot of people. Just the United States was about 1 million people that he killed. Put it that way.
This is
because
serial killer. Remember the People magazine, the fake People magazine thing?
and this other clip has nothing to do. I mean, if you're vaxxed or not vaxxed, it doesn't matter. But this is a guy that was very popular about saying something about the vax and how much he should be responsible for.
Well, what? All right, I want to go back to something.
We're talking about the vax. We're not talking about the vax. Don't play about the vax. We're not talking about the vax. Don't put the vax on. Don't worry about it.
Tell you that the people the anti-vaxxers appear to be right. Somebody who did not get vaccinated, got a little Omicron, or maybe even a worse one, but recovered. Now you've got natural immunity, and you have no vaccination in you.
Tricks, put yourself on mute.
Can we all agree that that was the winning path? The smartest, happiest people are the ones who didn't get the vaccination and are still alive. I want to make sure that I'm not leaving any wiggle room for myself. Have I? Have I said as clearly as possible they're the happy ones right now? And have a reason to be, completely. Right. Having said as clearly as possible that the anti-vax people seem to be the winners, I want you to hear that clearly. The anti-vax people appear to be the winners. The anti-vaxxers clearly are the winners at this point, and I think it'll probably stay that way. And I don't want to put any shade on that whatsoever. They came out the best. They have the winning position. The unvaccinated have a current advantage because they feel better. The thing they're not worrying about is what I have to worry about, which is, I wonder if that vaccination 5 years from now, because really the anti-vaxxers, I think, were really just distrustful of big companies and big government. That's never wrong. It's never wrong to distrust government. It's never wrong to distrust big companies, right? So if you just took the position, let's just distrust everything the government did, well, you won. You won. You won completely. I did not end up in the right place. Agree? You would all agree with that, right? I did not end up in the right place. The right place would be natural immunity, no vaccination. You should take victory, and I should take defeat. We can agree on that, right? That my position is now the weakest, and your position has gone from the weakest to the strongest, and that we can just say that's true. The people who didn't get vaxxed are absolutely in the winning position. You win. You win. You are the winners. You are the winners. All right, let me say that part with no ambiguity. You won. You won. All of my fancy analytics got me to a bad place. All of your heuristics, don't trust these guys, it's obvious, totally worked.
The point he was making is because he was one of the ones that were trashing people that weren't taking it back. He was very heavy into that. And he jumped on the bandwagon with all these people talking about how bad, if you didn't get the vax, they shouldn't allow you on a plane, they shouldn't allow you on this, everything else. And at least he admit that he was wrong, which all these Democrats are not admitting that they were wrong. How many Democrats, or the politician, put it that way, got Celine and not the vax? How many of them trusted the government, not trust the government? We don't know what was in that little liquid bottle that when they gave the vax to the politicians, especially Biden took 10 of them. I mean, he became stupid after, but I don't think that was for the He was stupid. I was getting there because he was stupid before, so it wasn't the vax. But he was up there, everybody getting the shots, and everything else, and it's just you know, it's amazing. Like this guy, he was very popular, and he admitted that he's wrong. But the fake news media is not no way in the world they're going to admit that they're wrong. They're going to defend Fauci because they came out with all that shit and everything else defending him, and they're not. And what happened? They're not going to change. They're not going to change their opinion. And watch the Democrats. The Democrats, you saw how they defended him during the hearing. Fauci was such an important part of the thing and everything else, and stuff like that. And he put it all, and he tried to put it all on Trump because Trump wanted that vax put out right away because of Trump wasn't a doctor. So he listened to everybody around him how important to have the vax, how important it was for people to get it.
But I told everybody what was in the vax at the very beginning.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is
people don't believe you when you tell them if you know.
No, but the whole thing is you got the government saying, and you got a doctor, and then everybody trusted President Trump. They figured he made Fauci run with the ball. And the recording was that we played that last time, the recording that he was talking to Dick Durbin about how he's going to control the people with the vax. You can't go to school. You can't go to the hospital. People couldn't visit. People had to go to the VA hospital to visit somebody, and they had to get the vax.
Yeah, my dad needed.
Right? And then a lot of people got sick. Parents died. The way they were hugging, they put it on the news the other day. I couldn't find that clip. They showed an old clip how they're going through the plastic, hugging their family and stuff like that. How they talk to the grandmother on the other side of the glass in the nursing home. And this is what 1 million people he committed, and that's not considered around the world. It's just in America.
Yeah.
And this is a guy that has control over something like that deserves the death penalty. I would give him about 1,000 vaxes, and just let him sit on the table, see what his effects are.
See, they're talking about the shedding in the
the shedding too.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
let me finish. The shedding.
I'm saying, I agree with you. What do you want me to say? Do you want to say that? Go ahead.
I was just trying to address the shedding. It's the same thing with any live vaccine. It doesn't matter. Shingles is a live vaccine. I think measles is a live vaccine. So if you have a compromised immune system and you get around anybody that has a live vaccine, you're going to get some shedding. So it's not just because the COVID vax shed. You still got stuff from other vaccines because other vaccines shed too. But they don't tell you that. All they'll tell you is if you're immune compromised, not to get around people.
Remember I told you the story about my shingle shot? I had to go with a cooler. I got one when I turned 50. It was 55. So I told the doctor I wanted to get the shingle shot because it came out. They said, everybody, if you had the chicken pox or whatever he had, it's going to come out. So I said, all right, I'll prevent myself. So I went to had to go to Jersey to pick up the vax, right? In a cooler. I had to put this vax in a cooler and bring it to my doctor so my doctor could administrate it, the shingle shot. So, like you said, it was a live. It was live because else I didn't need the cooler.
So,
right. So I wouldn't need the cooler, which I didn't know. Then 2 years later, I had bypass surgery, which I went for the what do you call? Every other year I used to go for the stress test, and everything was fine, clean, and everything else, except after that shot 2 years later, I got hit with that. Possibly not. So I don't, I'm not a doctor, but so, and thank God my heart was very veiny. I didn't. I didn't get a heart attack or anything. Like I had one artery that was 99% blockage, but because my heart's so veiny, it created its own collaterals. They call them, made its own bypasses across the blockage of the vein. So, but they told me I had to have the bypass anyway. Didn't matter.
Yeah. Maureen's right though about in the very beginning in northern Italy. That is exactly what happened. Is the Chinese went to Florence to the leather market and spread it over there too. That's exactly
Yep,
true.
that was it. Yep.
But the reason why
Malone.
the the backs and everything was so bad, and I'll say it in case somebody missed it before, is they went and they spliced AIDS into that so that it would affect your autoimmune system. And the reason why they did that is because it would take years and everybody would come down with the different adverse reactions at a different time so that they could not pinpoint it back to the origin, which would have been the jab. But it was like a cover to do it. And the HIV is what gave you vaccine acquired autoimmune deficiency syndrome. And so that's why the people are coming out with MS. They're coming down with myasthenia gravis, Hashimoto's disease. There's a lot of adverse reactions. The turbo cancer is the same thing, except that it's affecting, you know, the cells in your body through the DNA and the RNA. But your autoimmune system, once that inflation and the cytokine storm goes, that's what ends up happening. And so once you have the autoimmune disease, once you have one, more than likely the odds are you're going to get diagnosed with 2, 3, or multiple.
Sergeant 1978 came out with a good one. Fauci knew it in 2017 and 2018 that President Trump would face a pandemic. Why isn't he being investigated on that? What did he know? And well, we knew that conversation with Dick Durham, which we played the audio that in fact, they played it at a hearing and they didn't do shit to him with that call. They didn't do nothing to him with that call of evidence that to have the control over people. Mm-hmm. My son's got a problem with his heart. Yeah, he got the vax because he had to do it for his job, and all of a sudden he wound up doing the whole.
Yeah, that's why, and that's why all the HIV commercials, if you noticed, all the HIV commercials came out right at the very start of COVID, and that's because they knew it was spliced with HIV, and so that Big Pharma would make a lot of money with the HIV medications, and that's when Big Pharma started going up and buying up all the independent drug manufacturers.
Yeah, he had to go for an MRI for my son had to go for an MRI for his brain too, and all the thing because he was getting these spasms, like he would stare in the air and then come back, you know, just like that's like getting a epileptic seizure, but he wasn't getting epileptic. They said they won't blame the vax, especially in New York. They're still advertising the vax in New York. When I was up there,
once it crosses the blood-brain barrier, that's when you get cerebral reactions for it, and you're going to get different stuff that happens to it. Just depends on what part of your brain it hits. But that was known at the very beginning of the shot too, and that's what we were talking about in the chat when Ed did the show. We were talking about the blood-brain barrier because I talked to Naomi Wolf about that, and I said once that happens, that's when you're going to see a lot of stuff. And that's when we started seeing like all the protests and everything, and you wonder how much of that is psychosis because it changes your personality. It just, what they did to everybody across the world is criminal, and people should be unalived for it. They really should be, because
hey, you want to make money if you didn't vax, you get donate your blood. They love that.
Yeah, but well, look at they won't accept blood from some of the vaccinated people anymore. You know, because if you donate, if you're vaccinated and you have that in your blood and you donate blood, whoever they give that blood to is going to get the same thing in them too. So it's just horrible. It's just a horrible, horrible thing that was done to everybody. I can't say enough about
Okay, what else we got to talk about?
Oh, I want to talk, since we're on health, let's talk about this. I'll play the clip and then we'll talk about it because I got a lot to say about this one. And then
of course, you have a lot to say about everything you open up your mouth on.
Not all the time.
Oh, shut up. Come on.
Go make me a sandwich.
They make one of the most generous decisions imaginable. One donor can save up to 8 lives and enhance dozens more. Yet today, more than 103,000 Americans are waiting for life-saving transplants. Every one of those donors, every one of those families, every patient waiting for that gift deserves complete confidence that our organ donation system is safe, ethical, and worthy of their trust. That confidence also depends on physicians and nurses and transplant professionals who performed a record-setting more than 49,000 organ transplants last year. They deserve a system that respects their medical judgment and puts patient safety first. Maintaining that trust requires strong federal oversight. Under the Biden administration, HHS failed to hold organizations accountable when serious patient concerns emerged. Today, we are restoring that accountability. We will not tolerate organizations that compromise patient safety or betray the trust of donors or their families. I'm announcing that HHS has become the decertification of Network for Hope, the organ procurement organization serving Kentucky and parts of Indiana, Ohio, and West Virginia. We reached this decision after extensive reviews by CMS and HRSA found persistent patient safety failures despite repeated oversight, repeated warnings, corrective action plans, and multiple opportunities to improve. Federal reviewers found serious deficiencies in nearly 30% of the cases that they examined. We found patients placed on the organ donation pathway who should have never been there. We found cases where the donation process continued despite signs that patients were not appropriate organ donors. We found repeated failures in clinical judgment, oversight, and patient safety. And we found that these problems continued even after the organization promised to correct them. These failures had real consequences. One of those cases involved TJ Hoover. TJ showed signs of awareness while on the operating table about to have his organs removed. Physicians refused to proceed with the organ recovery because they believed that he was still alive. Because they acted, TJ is alive and is here with us today. TJ, we are grateful that you're here, and we're grateful to those physicians who had the courage to do the right thing.
What about?
I just was
You
going to
got the
say.
echo. Go on mute. Well, everybody remember that movie that came out with the about the coma and stuff like that. Somebody brought it up, but remember they interviewed the people that own funeral homes that did the bombing and stuff, and they said they took out the blood clots and they were actually white, right? That were actually, it wasn't breaking down on it was like solid pieces. And it just was amazing that they came out with all the stuff, and then everybody forgets about it again. And that's why we try to do these things on the show here to let people remind a lot of people a lot of stuff. Okay, Tricks. I'll put myself on mute.
What I was going to say about the organ donation is that this has been known since they started organ donation. All right. They go and they say they put electrodes on you and tell you if you're brain dead or not. But this is the big but. Your hearing is the last thing to go, usually when you're in a coma. A lot of people have come back and said that they heard everything going around them. This TJ guy was actually aware of everything. They said he was brain dead. His sister saw his eyes tracking her through the room. She tried to tell the doctor that TJ was alive. They said no, it was just brain reaction. Well, people, when you're organ donated, stop and think about this. You can't be medicated, all right, when they do the organ harvesting. So basically you're still alive. You still feel the pain. The person will. I don't care what they say. There's too many people that have been in that position that I've read about that know about it. So they'll take it when you're still alive, and whoever your family member is that you want to donate their organs, all I want to say is stop and think really, really hard about what you're doing, because there's been enough people that have gotten to the point where TJ has, where they're aware of what's going on. They feel the pain and everything. put yourself in their position. I'm not saying not to do it because there's cases where obviously the person is gone. But these doctors, like the one that they decertified here, were saying that people were brain dead and everything, and they weren't, and they were just doing it to harvest the organs because they make so much money off of it. So it's just a warning. I wanted to play that. It's very important because so many people think organ donation is a great thing, and it is. But I would say it would be more of an individual case by case thing and not a blanket endorsement of organ donation. That's what I wanted to say. RFK brought up something that, I mean, it'll make you cry if you read the stories about people that have been, where they were right on the table ready to get organ harvest and they were alive and they felt everything. One guy I read about had been cut open already and they were in the process of starting to remove his heart and he was still alive and he felt everything and he was able to manage to twitch. And when they saw the twitch, they stopped. And he came back and said he felt excruciating pain, that he knew what they were doing. He could hear everything, but there was no way that he could, convey anything. So it's an individual choice, but I'm just saying, think about the consequences of what you're doing. Got anything to add to that one?
I'm listening.
No, that's what I wanted to say about that, because it's just
it's sad. Not for my echo. I have to get out.
So I'm not trying to be a downer on everybody, but from just read about it, because it sounds like the CCP. Yeah, Phyllis, that's what they did over there on what did they call them? The Muslims in China. They were doing live organ harvesting off of them, and it's crazy. It's crazy. And it's so painful. Can you imagine? It's like having surgery with no anesthesia.
Yeah, well,
it's and you're getting ripped apart.
It's a hard thing to do, especially families want to do the right thing, and then all of a sudden they say, and put the family through that. I mean, unless they're really out of it. I'm talking about if they, you're in that coma for so long and stuff.
Mm-hmm. But
like you said, it's up to the family, the family's choice. But you can't make them can't make the people feel guilty about they want to donate the organs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because of what you said about the pain. But it's a lot of money. Organ donating. Remember those cases many years ago that they used to put people in a tub? A girl would take a guy out and a guy in a room, block him out, cut his kidney out, put him in an ice bucket, told him don't move, call 911, or else you'll bleed to death if you get out. They used to do all those. They used to do all that. You don't hear that about that anymore. Remember?
No.
They used to do that.
Yeah, and it was Uyghurs. That's the name of the people they do it to.
Yeah, Uyghurs. Yeah, Uyghurs.
They were doing live.
Uyghurs.
Yeah, I mean, so there's a lot to it. I took organ donation off of my driver's license. I won't, after reading all the stuff about it and everything, because some people, they see the dollar signs, and research. A lot of that stuff goes to research too. With the organ donation.
Oh, I still play it. Yeah, we did a good job on it. They have all the, at the dental school in New York, NYU Medical Center. They have the cabins, the dead bodies with the hooks in the head, and they just have them hanging because they use them to, with study medicine and stuff. So I had an apprentice one time at the other end of the thing, and I just pushed one of the bodies, and it just hit every one of them, and one of them fell on top of the kid. He passed out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that it's kind of scary. It's kind of scary.
Well, people donate their bodies. People donate their bodies to science and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't personally. I wouldn't. That's just me. Yeah, the donor has to be alive to take your organs. That's the whole point,
Yeah, well, that's what they did today. Like those things they had. They had those people that they put in the tub. They cut out one of the kidneys because they had two kidneys, and they just leave them in the tub with ice, so the temperature of their body and the blood just slows down. And as soon as the guy wakes up, they told him that they had a card right there to do 911. The ones about with the vax and everything else, they were the Pfizer stock people that had the Pfizer stock. They became billionaires, not millionaires. Plenty of millionaires were made, but billionaires were made. 15 new billionaires were made because of Pfizer stock. And the guy that runs Pfizer is a veterinarian, the CEO.
Yeah.
For the dogs.
All money.
Mm-hmm.
It's all money. So, what do you think about Blanche? You think Blanche is going to get?
Oh yeah, he'll get in because he gave up about that fund, that thing that money was coming out of for the IRS because the Tillis and Corcoran, you want to show your patriotism, show it at the end. You have to be, because you didn't get endorsed and you didn't win. You got to be a little crybaby. But this is what we're dealing with. With the Senate and Congress, they're like little kids. They got to win. Yeah, I got to win. I got to win. I got to win. Like the whole thing. Johnson's a useless shit. And now they're going on recess. So now let's see who stays back and holds the gavel, so Trump can't pick his recess appointments again. So let's see what happens with that. Well, I think everybody should have a dog. A dog a day keeps Alibaba away.
Yeah. Well, the skunk made a point about that I'm wrong, because there's a very small harvesting window after cardiac death. Well, the heart's going to be the last thing they take out of you if you're donating organs. So if you're not donating your heart because you have a bad heart, you're still alive and your heart's beating while they're taking your kidney and your liver or your cornea, anything like that. So I'm not arguing about it, but I'm just saying you're alive no matter what.
Yeah, it's up to the individual. Let it go.
Yeah, I'm letting it go. I was just saying that, it's a personal choice. I was just make it an informed.
Everything is personal choice, except when the government tells you.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's Blanche. I like what he said here.
Just what message does it send, though, if President Trump fires a U.S. attorney because she determined there was not sufficient evidence to charge 4 people with a crime?
Did he fire her?
What message would it send, I said, if
hypothetically, if the president chose to fire a United States attorney, it turns out he's allowed to do that because he's the president of the United States. So I don't. And by the way, if President Trump wanted to fire anybody, right, and within his administration, he understands he has the power to do that. So when he makes a decision about whether to fire a U.S. attorney or anybody else, that's his. As far as any message, what I said earlier, Alex, is true, which is that when you look at the D.C. U.S. Attorney's Office's body of work over the past year and a half, and where we are in this city compared to where we were, they are doing a phenomenal job. Now, does that mean that every case goes exactly the way that President Trump or I want or U.S. Attorney Pirro wants? I mean, of course not. It doesn't. So I think that what you've seen play out in the press with respect to President Trump and U.S. Attorney Pirro is it's all out there already. But I don't think that changes the fact that her prosecutors, her office, what they've done over the past year to transform this city into a place that we can all now walk around in after sunset is something that's incredible. So I don't think they're inconsistent with each other. All right, I'll take one more question.
Sir, as you step in.
Yeah, it's amazing. He didn't fire her. It's amazing how the fake news media just jumps on about she got fired. She didn't get fired. I don't think she did, right?
No, I don't think so either.
The other thing, there was the other thing, Blanche was what a lot of people, some of them, especially the J6s, he said at one time they deserve what they should have got until the evidence came out. But at the beginning, he said that. So now that all the truth came out, it's a different, and that's the problem. Like the whole thing with all the elections that come out. And every election, even in Florida, they're coming out with all this shit about Byron. And it's everything in the past. But they've got to bring it out. And it just destroys, personally, his his ability to do what he has to do. You know what I'm saying? So, and this is what they do all the time. They'll bring out the past. The Democrats are great for that. You know, they're wonderful. Even I can't believe like Republicans are doing the same shit to Byron that they keep on putting. Especially the guy, what's the name? A lawyer that's defending a communist China spy. He's defending him, which I know for a fact. And now he's trashing Byron because Byron called him out on it. So this is how it happens. But
Well, I read that Pirro and Bergram got in a shouting match in the West Wing when she got called over there by Trump, or when she went over there to show him something. So I don't know what the argument was.
I think she would have been a great attorney general. I mean, my personal opinion. I mean, I met her, and she's a spitfire. I mean, that's what you need. But the problem is, a lot of times they can't pick anybody like that because they're going to be approved by the Senate. Everything is worried about what the approval is of the Senate, and not what your qualifications are, but what you're going to get approved by the Senate. Like the same thing that time. What was his name? Whitaker. Whitaker.
Matt Whitaker.
Whitaker was a substitute for the Attorney General until Barr got elected, which was a piece of shit, as we found out. But he was picked by the deep state. They brought him in and everything else. And he was told that the reason why he couldn't be picked, and he was excellent. I mean, he answered them. I mean, he stepped back at a lot of people, which he would have been a great attorney general. But the thing is, the Senate would not approve him. And this is the game. Stop with this game about what the approval, because other people, you stand up for what you're supposed to stand. That's why half of these piece of shits that are in the Senate and even in Congress, they got to get out. But you don't have the opportunity to get them out because of the money. They pick the people that they want in there because of the deep state. And that's what the problem with Trump is. Trump only could do so much. Hey, look what's here. Oh, what's this?
I can't hear a word you guys are saying. I'm off today, but I wanted to say hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? All right, good. I can't hear you, but I'm at the David Cohn annual golf outing here for charity, and I was just hanging out with my boys, Luis Sojo and Ramiro Mendoza from the Yankees, and David Cohn, and Bernie Williams, and all those guys, and I just wanted to say hi. I can't hear you, so I'm going to go. But I did want to stop in and say hello and then tell you that I'm off today and tomorrow. So I'll see you all later.
Bye. He's too funny.
I know. I sent him a link just in case.
Maybe somebody held him with a bat.
No. Well, I know. I didn't expect him to show up. I just sent the link in case he wanted to.
It's fine. He's got to show up. It's him. It's Mike. Mike's got to be in the middle of everything. That's how Mike always was.
Yeah, and I didn't pop him in right away today like I usually do.
Right. If no video evidence, there is no case. However, how did she get a grand jury indictment without good evidence to begin with? I don't know. I just listen. The TDS thing is unbelievable. I mean, people. I mean, it's so bad that people are actually seeing psychiatrists about it. It's a known sickness now.
Yeah, Carol Liebenberg was talking about it when she was on her show. Remember about how they're trying to
and insurance companies are paying for it.
Yeah, it should be. So you want to play a little game? Are we echoing again?
No, it can't be echoing. No, I'm not. Am I? Oh no. Yeah, here I go again.
Well, we're ready to play a game. We'll play a game.
Yes.
Okay. This is nuts question. So, how many mosques are in the United States? Let's see if anybody's going to answer.
All right. Am I supposed to watch?
Huh? I'm watching the chat. So that's the question. How many mosques are in the U.S.?
Too many.
Yeah, that's what everybody's saying.
That's what I say. Oh, Virginia, agree.
Okay, USN has 1,200. Super 19,000. Wow.
That's what.
Money 3165.
Lady Bird, 2,000. Virginia
No,
said
Money.
12,000.
It goes Money, then Red, then Lady. Let's see.
Yeah.
Red. It's got 12K. Lady has 2K. T. B. 3. One citizen. Florida for Trump has what? Over 20,000. I like the answer too many. I think that should be what it is.
Oh, I got a video.
How many mosques, Blue Spring? How many mosques in the United States?
Oh, I should see that.
Close, yeah. Price is right. Yeah, closest without going over. Yeah. Let's see who can get closest to the number. USN saw the state by state breakdown. All I have is an approximate total. So we'll see. Florida for Trump says, what does he got there? 2769. Yeah, it is one too many. I think one mosque, especially when they put them in the neighborhood of churches and everything, I think that's all done on purpose too, for intimidation. You know, those people are just awful. Denise just looked it up.
Be surprised.
Yeah, I wish. Okay, Nightwalp, what are you doing? Are you going into Grok and taking Grok answers and pasting them directly into the chat? Wow. So Shar says 500.
Just to give you a hint, it's 7.5 million Muslims in there.
Yeah. That's how many? 7.5 million? That's how many Muslims?
That's what the record is. It doesn't mean.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that's right. It's just what's admitted to.
Well, look what they caught. They caught all those illegal Iranian terrorists by ICE. Caught them. A whole bunch of them. That's why we forget. Everybody's forgetting all these things that are happening. To keep your eye on the ball.
Yeah, people get complacent by stuff, you know, and they forget. You forget.
Well, you hear the people bitching about the war against. Could you mute yourself, man? Thank you. Everybody's bitching. No, I'm still echoing. Doesn't matter. No, I'm saying everybody's bitching about the war in Iran and stuff, and we've been attacked since from in the 80s. I mean, since 79 when they took over the embassy, and then what they did to Beirut. And there's a list of stuff that they were involved in. They were even involved in 9/11. You know, there's the factions in other countries, other Muslim countries that are surrounding Israel and stuff, but they'll blame Israel all the time. But they got they have the different factions. They got the Shiite and the Sunnis. We talk about that all the time, and people don't understand the difference. You know, it's all under one. I mean, it's just terrible what's going on. But you know, you got to get rid of this enemy. Now it's back and forth, and he's been pressured. Trump is being pressured by the other Muslim countries about laying off on Iran. They're worried. I think what they're worried about when Trump is gone, who's going to protect them? From Iran, because Iran has been around a long time. I mean, they were Persians. A lot of them before that they were Christians, and then they took over, and they destroyed Christianity in Iran. You know, they burned the churches down there, and they're going to start to do it here. You know, they believe that they got to take over. They're going to take over the United States. I mean, you got imams that just keep on talking about how they're going to take over, take over this country. And it's not America. It's Islam nation. The United States is going to be. And if we just look back the other way, but there's over 2 billion Muslims around the world. There's only 16 million Jews around the world, and the Christians are only 1.9 billion. But I think the Jewish people should be known as minorities. That's what I think. Okay, come back on. I'm mute. I won't say another word. You come back on. You come back on.
I am.
All right.
I am. Ladybird says you should do your history one day a week. We've been talking about that. I've been pushing George, but he won't give me a day.
You're abusing me. No, pick a day. I'll do it.
You guys think people think we bicker all the time, and we're not. We're just fooling around with each other. You know, it's like
the thing that's funny is, sorry about the echo. The thing that's funny is they constantly talk about. I mean, there was a law not to have Muslims coming in. We might have the first Muslim senator. We hope Rogers gets elected, but the problem is that guy. I told him this morning, "Happy FU." The guy that won in Michigan, the Democratic Party. But look where the Democratic Party going. You know, it's just unbelievable. It's just hate the Jews, and you'll win. It's unbelievable. The anti-Semitic stuff is unbelievable. Piss me the fuck off. I can't wait to fight. I got a brand new cleaning swords.
Well, I just put in the chat what day you guys want a history. Do you want it Monday, Tuesday, or Thursday? Those are the choices. So just put what you want in the chat, and then George accordingly will do his history lessons.
Put the thing up with the voting.
Do what?
Put that thing with the voting. 1, 2, 3, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Okay. Well, then you talk for a minute, and I'll put it up here and take.
All right. Well, put yourself on mute. We knew, as far as the founding fathers knew how bad they were. And the best one is when Obama turned around and said that Islam had a big factor in the creation of this nation. Where the fuck did you get that one from? That's the thing. And what amazes me, and all the stuff that they talk about, and it's amazing how they're coming out with all these stories that, Netanyahu is not favored by his people, but we can't be against the people of Israel. I mean, there's a big saying in the Old Testament, if you curse Israel, you'll be cursed also. So, what was that saying there, Red? What's that thing about in the Old Testament that anyone that curses Israel shall be about? I'll figure it out. I don't remember. But there's a lot of quotes in the thing and everything else. And now the whole thing is, people have to understand that they cannot stop and doing this. You pick a day. There's Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for History Day. So people vote 1, 2, or 3. And I'll really get into it. I mean, you tell me what subjects you want to do. We'll pick a subject, and I'll do the best I can with. I'm pretty. Yeah.
Yeah, I put in the chat. People were saying they like when Jack is on Thursdays too, but Jack can be on Thursday, but he can't be on the first Thursday of every month. He has another obligation for that. So I know between the two of you guys both know your history. I know you know it really well. So this is going to be George's thing. So George, you have to agree with whatever,
Yeah, whatever they want. Subject. You got to. Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm you got to hit the number 1 for Monday, 2 for Tuesday, or 3 for Thursday, and it'll show up here on the screen so we know what day wins. But I think it would be good to have history lesson because there's so much you can cover because a lot of people don't know a lot of things, you know.
Not only that, it's just that, I do the research and stuff, and I want to know why. I mean, I even got the Quran toast, but I haven't done yet.
Tuesday is not. Hit 1 in the chat for Monday, 2 for Tuesday, and 3 for Thursday.
We got two.
Oh, it's over here, but I don't know. It's not showing up on the screen. I see the chat over here, but it's not coming on the poll. I don't know. See? I don't know why it's not showing up. Okay, they held Fauci in contempt, they're saying.
Oh, I should have watched it.
I know there was no way we could, though.
I'm not gonna do it on my phone.
Yeah, I know you can watch it on your phone, but then we got to participate here. So it looks like, so far, it looks like 2 is winning, which is Tuesday. Poll is there, but teeny. Yeah, I know. I can't make it any bigger either. Well, I'm looking at it, and so far, 2 is ahead of so that's Tuesday. Everybody said Monday they want catch up for the weekend. Tuesday history. Wednesday wormhole. Thursday our regular stuff. Friday Frisky Friday. Yeah, so it looks like Tuesday. I know. I guess we could do Tuesday, and then if there's something we need to cover extensive, we could do it on Thursday too. You know, you're muted. I can't hear you.
That's why I said we could do it half hour, like after 9 to 9:30, and then all the other stuff. Talk regular between 8:30. I'm gonna beat the shit out of StreamYard about this. Unbelievable. What happened now? We got a problem. What happened now? God versus.
I don't know. But yeah, they're saying they voted to hold Fauci in contempt. So all right, so we'll start doing history on Tuesdays then, and do a follow up on Thursday or whatever, in case people have questions or something or whatever you want to do.
The one big question. You put yourself on mute there.
Yeah, I'm getting
Blondie. Okay. The one thing people have to realize, we surpassed every empire. Usually 250 years, that was the end. We did pretty good for 250. And we were blessed because of how the founding fathers wrote the Constitution and everything else. Had a lot to do with God. It was Judeo-Christianity that created all the words that were in there. That we were, with the technology and everything that we have and looked at and everything else, is that how much we were blessed by God because of everything that we had. Oh, David Hans, oh man, he's great. Oh, he's fantastic. I learned a lot from him. The man's got cancer. He's good people too. He's a great guy. I think then he says I don't. Or you said that they said they don't think anything. No, if the states individually sue him, they could destroy him financially and everything else. I mean, this guy was even. We watched an old video. Remember the old video you put up with him as a young guy? I mean, with the AIDS thing. It's everything. Again, you go around. It's all about money and stuff. Look at the natural stuff that we could get taken and feel better. So I can't explain it, Maureen. I can't explain it. It's too much.
The Rockefellers took holistic medicine out out of medical schools, and if they would go back to holistic medicine, I think
Yep.
everybody would be a lot better off. A lot better off, because there's so much stuff that, look at you. You take your, how do you say it? Mulan.
Yeah, Mullen.
Yeah, for the lungs, that's natural, and that works real well. With congestion and phlegm and stuff like that, opening up your lungs. The American Indians, natives, they had whole pharmacology books with,
What
plants and
about the
everything.
Amish? Amish the same way. Amish should be the same way.
Well,
The whole thing is, who is? We brought this up the other day about, we were talking about the Rockefellers. Why? I can't remember that. Damn it.
What are you talking about? The Rockefellers? Why they got into pharmacology?
No. We said, I gotta remember. We'll bring it up.
Well, osteopathic doctors are better than medical doctors, because osteopathic doctors know holistic medicine and they treat the whole body as one unit instead of individual symptoms. And I always went to an osteopathic. I had my kids at osteopathic hospitals and everything. I would trust an osteopath more.
Well, look at plastic. When plastic came out, they got rid of the hemp. They was making ropes and clothes and stuff. And the plastic, you wear all this shit, nylon and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying this. I was trying to think why. It was something that we talked. I'll have to remember. It was very important, so I can't remember.
I don't know. The Rockefellers are just that whole family ruined a lot of things in the country, and they did it across the world too. Because using petroleum waste to make pharmaceuticals and everything, so they didn't have to pay for, taking care of their waste or whatever. I don't know. They changed so many things though. Now, who was it said that Marilyn said her hubs is a DO, and there was a little more holistic content. All right, when I had my kids, it was like 1980, 81, and 82, and holistic medicine was still more prevalent than, like, compared to now. Now you don't see osteopathic doctors, at least I don't in my area very often. But, even nurse practitioners sometimes know more than some of the doctors, because they do so much more in-depth patient care.
Yes, yeah. Somebody brought up about Scott Lobato. Could I say something about that? Yeah, Scott Lobato did have a heart attack. He was confronted in Mandami, and then he went to Florida. They thought they rushed him to the hospital. He's stable and critical. But as usual, maybe I should share that picture that he gave everybody the finger. He's saying that he's doing well. But keep him in the prayers. He would. Let me tell you something. I know him. He's a very funny guy and everything else. He wanted me to buy a paint. I think I told you the story. He wanted me to buy a painting off him. It was like $5,000. I said, Scott, I don't have that money. It's a lot of money. He says, buy it. He says, I smoke and I drink. I'm going to die soon. He said, the painting will trip. It'll be quadruple the price you pay for it. We tell him all the time he's got to stop. He smokes a lot. He really does smoke a lot. But
Do you think stress had anything to do with
shit,
it?
Yeah. And smoking too.
The smoking, I think, was
The greatest thing
probably,
when he
but
comes
the way
on the show and he talks, he says, let me talk to you kids a minute. Yeah, he's a great guy. He's a real patriotic. He painted, when people couldn't have the American flag put in, he'd paint the roofs on the person's house, on the walls and stuff. The guy was unbelievable. But you need more people like that. We got to fight back. It's not going to be easy road to defend this country. It's just that we have to do it. A founding father sacrificed a lot. We're going to have to sacrifice a lot, because it's going to get bad with these people. I wonder if that piece of shit downloaded yet. Hold on, let me see. Oh, it came. Look at this. Takes so long sometimes to download because they don't like me too much. Oh, China.
They're
And we could
saying
destroy
you're
China.
They're saying you're echoing, and I've been on mute the whole time, so I don't know where the echo's coming from.
No.
I'm sorry. You know, I don't. I
Oh,
2 days.
oh.
I'm getting pissed off about it.
I told you, got called StreamYard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, this is very good.
George is going to do the history, and he's not going to need a translator. He'll do good.
Is that audible? I'm not looking, but I know it's him. I just know it's him. I know it's him. Where is he? I know it's audible. Made that comment. What happened?
I went back out and came back in to see.
No testing. No, I gotta go back. Here, could you play this video? I want to just. This is part of my. This is why I pray every night, because I want these people. Oh, here it is. I'm pretty sure this is it. Just play that video.
Done hiding. We're done. We're done being tortured and hurt and judged. This is the correct religion. This is the religion that all of humanity needs to be upon, of Islam. And we will not stop until it enters every home. So I want you to repeat after me. I want to hear it in every single district. It should tremble. Brooklyn should hear it. The Bronx should hear it. Queens should hear it. Say it as if the Ummah depends on this, my brothers and sisters. La ilaha illallah. Muhammadan Rasulullah. There is no God worthy of worship except Allah, the God of Jesus, the God of Moses, the God of Abraham, and the God of the last and final prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.
They like that one. And they got no permit to put it in Times Square. They just take over the streets. They pray in the streets. There's no echo now. You're muted, so there's no echo. Echo, echo. You know what that means? You're the problem. But anyway, Allah is Satan. I have to find that photo in the Greek translation. What the it shows Allah in translation is 666. The mark of the beast. And it's true, Angel Awareness, with 100%. Yes, that is New York City. That's Times Square, smack in the middle of Times Square. They go there and pray. They pray in the middle of the streets. They block traffic. It's unbelievable. And they don't do shit about it. They pray here in the streets. I'll run them over. I swear. I had a good confrontation once already with the bike.
You know what they need?
Call me Chuck.
They need a John Deere thresher with the big forks on the end.
Oh yeah, that's
and
great.
Just go straight right
no,
down and just.
The best one you did was the one that you did with the shit holder there. Remember the septic?
Yeah, that was good. I like.
Oh, just shoot pig's blood.
I wonder.
Everybody should have a pig. Everybody should have a pig and a dog, and they'll never bother you. There was a guy upstate had a pig farm. They wanted to build a mosque, and he told him, "Could you move the pig farm?" The guy told him, "Yeah, right, no problem." And he ordered more pigs. Upstate New York. They're here and they're forming, and we're gonna have to stop it. I want everybody to understand. Gonna be more than you know. And I got a great sword too, very nice and sharp. I got like three samurais and the Crusader sword. We're gonna have to. The Crusader's gonna have to come back again. And this time
it's a holy war. It's a holy war. It's a spiritual war, and it's.
Well, the Crusaders are not only going to be Christians; they're going to be also Jewish people and Israelis. So. Good morning, everyone. Have a VA. Oh, you have VA for good luck, brother. Let me know how you make out.
Yeah, it is a spiritual war, though. It's a fight for your soul because you don't want Muslim Islamic countries here. It's just
Exactly.
not good.
We don't want we're getting hit with. You got communism, socialism, and Muslimism. Islamism.
Yeah, go to the Hamtramck. Those whole.
Oh, I'm bringing it back.
Huh?
Bring back Bishop William. Yeah, we'll get this one. Let me download this one. Oh, okay.
The call to prayer is, I think it's offensive to anybody that isn't in Islam, and yet we're subjected to have to listen to all of that, but they can't.
Yeah, they do these prayers, and I forget what I do sometimes. Trust me, it's just unbelievable what they do. Yeah, I'm gonna download this video that Trixie made for me, which I think is very impressive. Let's see what comes up right away.
Yeah, well, it's time.
10:01. We got 5 minutes. Mike ain't coming. Save 5 minutes. Wait till. Oh, they are. I told my kid take.
Well, what are you doing?
I'm downloading my.
Oh, okay, because it's after 10. That's why I was asking.
Oh, why? We can stay for a few more minutes.
Okay.
I want to show everybody how ready. This was done by. I love everybody in the chat. Ask me why. Here we go. I'm not playing this because I love myself. I'm playing this to show how talented Tracy is. What are you getting impatient for? You got a date or something? Hey, play this. I'm ready. Play this. I'm ready.
They will not breach this wall. Get out of my home!
I'm ready.
This fortress holds.
Hey, like that. I'm ready.
There's going to be, you need
a
lot of you guys, a lot to take care of all of that. But I want to tell everybody, thank you for hanging with us today with the technical problems.
That's right. Everybody go out and vote. Yeah.
What'd you say? Go out and what?
No, but vote. Red said something about South Carolina.
Okay, yeah. So tomorrow's Frisky
Right.
Friday. My favorite day.
You want to play my song? Very happy. I like that.
I don't know which one you're talking about because you got.
When I play all.
I don't know. I've got 1, 2, 3.
I'm gonna
4
say
that you've done. So I'm gonna guess and go with this one then because I don't know which one you're talking about. So thanks for hanging with us. Hit the thumbs up, please. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for Frisky Friday.
And so we have Echo tomorrow. We're going to call up StreamYard today and give them a piece of my mind. Pay a lot of money for this shit.
Yeah, I know. And next Tuesday will be History Day, so George will be in the spotlight. We'll make it all about George.
Morning light on the red, white, blue. Coffee cups and worn out shoes. We stand on streets of stories told. Hearts of fire, hands that hold. Wake up patriots, hear the call. Not to divide but to rebuild the wall of common sense and honest truth, passed from elders down to you. Wake up patriots, laugh and sing. We'll speak the truth and let it ring.
Flags that flutter, memories bright, but tomorrow needs a braver light. We trade the rancor for a plan to lift each neighbor, woman, man. Ideas clash, but hands can join. Build bridges where the wounds were torn. Wake up, patriots, take the floor. Talk real hard and love for more. Wake up, patriots, laugh and sing. We'll speak the truth and let it ring. No more shadows, no more lies. Clear-eyed hope beneath these skies. Wake up, patriots, raise your voice and share belief. We make our choice, but laughter loud and courage new. We stand together, me and you. I came to listen, came to learn, share the joke, watch tempers turn, pound the crown, and simple things. A portside on a breakfast swing. I bring a story, you bring a song, different notes, but same heart strong. Let's say the shout and foreign toast to what unites us most. We won't erase the nights before, but we'll rewrite what's at the core. Truth with mercy, brave and kind. Laughter healing what's confined. Wake up, patriots, laugh and sing. We'll speak the truth and let it ring. No more shadows, no more lies. Clear-eyed hope beneath these skies. Wake up, patriots, raise your voice and share belief. We make our choice, but laughter loud and courage new. We stand together, me and you. Morning comes, the chorus grows. Wake up, patriots, everyone knows. Morning